Hi crafters, this is Crafty Savvy and I'm here today to share these little packages that I put together. So this is sort of my take on a loaded envelope, except I made them with paper treat bags. So I'm going to call them paper bag envelopes instead. And they're not as large as the ones that I've been seeing on YouTube or other videos where you have a giant envelope and you're just kind of filling it with stuff. My intention was kind of to see if I would actually be able to use an entire package like this in as an insert into one of my pages in my journals. Excuse me. And so what I discovered was when it's kind of full like this, it might not work as well, but I'll show you some other ones that I made that aren't as full with stuff, and I might be able to use them in my journals that way. So I just wanted to show you what I made. I have these, I'll show you, these little paper treat bags, and I got them at like my dollar store. I think they were, yeah, so they were $2 for a package of 25, and they're 12 by 18 centimeters, and they're really nice bags. I'm hoping to make a journal with them really soon, and so this is like the brown craft color that I really like, and I also was able to get a package of white ones. And so same thing, 12 by 18, and you get 25 of them. So I've been playing around with those. So just let me show you quickly what I did. In order to make this little, I can show you from the side. So this little sort of package, I used 2 paper treat sacks or paper treat bags. I'm going to try to get another one out here. And so I kept one at its original size, and the other one I cut down just a little bit. I took about maybe an inch off or a little more, and cut them down, and I kind of glued them so that the little flaps were on the outsides, and I glued them together like this, so to create a little pocket here, and once this one is cut down, you kind of end up with this sort of effect. And then so you'd get a pocket in there, a pocket up there, and then on the reverse side, that other little pocket here. So that's what I did. It wasn't difficult at all, and I think they turned out super cute. So I don't know what the paper pad is. Hold on, I'll see if I can get it. It's called Scripts and Music Notes. It's from DCWV. I also found this at my Dollarama. It was $4, which means when they have paper pads at Dollarama, it means that the stock is older, and I'm trying to see 2016. So it isn't very current. Sometimes they're a couple years old, but I really don't care, because for $4, I mean, this paper pad actually has a vellum sheets in it, beautiful gold metallic script, and the papers are really, really beautiful. Lots of script, music pages, and so on. So when I find something like that, I get it. So, okay, so back to this. So the little pocket at the front, I put some vintage lace on here. This one is kind of in the peach and green and beige sort of tones. And I put some bling on here on the front for some trim. And inside the little pocket is this little, oh, I'll have to show you this. I've had these forever and I never used them. It's like a little shopping bag. And I believe these are from Martha Stewart. I'll try to link below, but they're super old. I've had these for years and years and years. but my guess is that they're probably pretty easy to make too. But I just liked it because the color matched so perfectly. So that was inside the little pocket. And then also inside the little pocket I have a tag that I made out of some music paper from that collection. And on the back is some of that gold embossed foil vellum paper. And on that's some vintage lace also. And then I made a little paper clip with some lace. I made a little envelope for my envelope punch board and included a little card to go inside of it. I sewed around everything just to give it that more vintage look. And that just goes together like that. And there's some more of that paper, super cute. I did some sewing all around these edges as well. I also inked the edges with some vintage photo distress ink. And so that all just sits inside there. And then I made a little, I don't know what you call these. People are making them with cupcake liners and such, so that's what that is a cupcake liner. This is just a straw that I found. It's gold, but I found them around Christmas time, and I just vintaged it up a little, put an old piece of doily on there and some little roses, just for some added decoration. And so that's inside that pocket there, the big pocket. And so I also lined that with paper and did some sewing around the edges. And inside there, I just made an envelope from the embossed vellum from my envelope punch board and a little card that you could journal on. So that goes there. They were fun to make. It was kind of a nice break from journaling. So that goes in there. Oops, wrong pocket. There and there. Okay, so that's the front. And then on the back is, so inside that little pocket, I sewed all around. Inside that pocket is this little pocket, which is actually 2 pieces of the ephemera that come in the paper pad. And so I just cut them out, used the same one on either side, and did some sewing around the edges and turned it into a little pocket. And then inside there is a tag with some vintage lace on top. And then another little card for journaling that I did some sewing around. And that goes inside there. Oh boy. Okay. There we go. And then inside the big pocket on the top is another envelope that I made on my punch board. I just put some lace trim along the edge of it and made a little card for the inside just out of the paper from the collection. And this is the same thing. I just made a little pocket out of some of the ephemera from that paper pad and a little card that goes inside of it. Let's put some vintage lace on the top. And that goes in there. Okay, and that's it. And that goes back inside. This top pocket. Nothing wants to work tonight. Anyways, and that goes back there. So I really had a lot of fun making that. I think they're super cute. They would make nice gifts, like if you were sending a package to someone, or, you know, add to a little gift. Just feminine and pretty. So then I got to thinking that I wanted to maybe try to utilize them inside of my journal somehow, but I figured, you know, with all of this stuff, it would probably be just way too much. So I'll put that one aside. I wanted to try my hand at a more vintage one, or looking one anyways. And so this one kind of has a little bit of a theme to it. So this is this pretty little lady on the front. And so I did some Mod Podging. I put some vintage paper on the back here. There's also underneath there, you probably really can't see, but some sewing pattern paper, and I Mod Podged that. There's a bit of vintage lace trim here and a canvas doily under there. These are some tags that I made and did some stamping on. I just pinned a little piece of fabric to her picture, and there's some buttons there. And you could put something inside the pocket there. I just didn't. This one is more decorative. So it seems as though there's these men here on the front of the other side, you know, trying to get her attention. So they're all in a boat trying to get over to her. And in my mind anyways. So this is some lace trim that I used here, vintage trim here and here. I also used, I did some collaging with the old book page and the sewing paper, transfer paper on there. This is a little piece of leather that I have with a Tim Holtz pin and some vintage lace there. And then inside the pocket is, so there's the pocket there, is some writing paper and a little journaling book. That goes in there. And inside the large pocket in the top is a tag that I made. Inside a little paper envelope that I also made. And ironically enough, it's called the Sea Boys song. And so these Sea Boys are trying to get over to, I guess, get the attention of this pretty lady on this side. And then on her side of the envelope is another little envelope out of music paper that I made, and some music paper that is, I also, ironically enough, called Sky Boat Song. So I don't know, I just somehow things started to fall into place, and then I created this little story for these characters here. And it was fun. It was fun to do that. Try to find things that I had in my stash to kind of go along with it. And that just fits right up there. And that's it. So I really had a lot of fun playing with this one. It's very vintage, and there's not a lot in there, so it could, you know, it's relatively flat. Obviously you could put more stuff in there like I did with the other one, but somehow I'm going to try to work something like this into my journals. I don't know how or when, but it's kind of something I have in my mind now. There's a little pocket here, so we'll see what happens with that. So I wanted to share that one. Okay, and so the third paper bag pouch that I made is all done in the pinks. This one is more, you know, very feminine, I would say. But so this was made with the white paper bags. And inside of this one, I did a lot more collaging here. I used some vintage ephemera that I had, and I Mod Podged some paper napkins, and there's some Japanese paper that I have here that I Mod Podged, and same here, a napkin and a piece of a doily. And I used some vintage lace to trim off here and here. And then inside I just put a little, this is one of my altered Rolodex cards. I have a video on this as well. And there's just a little flower on there, some lace, and that just tucks in there. And then inside the pocket I have a tag that I made, all in the pinks. There's some eyelash trim on there, just some layering, some pearls and lace. So those are really cute, and that's just on a tag. And then I have an altered paper clip. It has one of these really cute butterflies on it. I've been really loving these. I got these also at my dollar store. They were $1.25 and they come in a package of 4. They had a couple of different styles. Sorry about the glare, but they're so cute. I've been loving working with them. So I just turned that one into a paper clip. And then inside the pocket at the top, so right in there, whoops, it's a little bit awkward, I have another Rolodex card, unfinished, so I could do something with that. And then just a little tissue paper or crepe paper envelope and a Japanese paper card there. And that just goes there. Okay, and that just tucks into the top. Like that. That goes in there. So much fun to make these. And then on the back is just so more of the same collaging, ephemera and napkins and doilies. There's some more lace there. And then this is the tag that I have in the back. It's got some pink feathers, some vintage buttons, pink and purple little paper flowers there. And that's what I make these out of, a file folder. And some lace, and that just tucks in there. So that's the pink one, and this one is, you know, relatively flat too. You could probably put a lot more stuff in there. So that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little project. Give it a try if you can get your hands on some of these paper bags. You know, they're really cute. They make great gifts, and like I said, it was a good break sort of from journaling and a lot of fun. So I hope you guys are all well, and we will talk to you all real soon. Thanks for watching, you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.